BoardMate provides the answer to the age-old problem of fixing plasterboard and similar flat-sheet materials. Here we see a single operative working alone using the traditional aid commonly known as a tree or dead man. As can be seen, the timber support is wedged in position under the board after the board has been placed into what is hopefully the correct position on the ceiling. Quite often, board is fixed by operatives working in pairs, in which case one person holds one end of the sheet accurately in position until the other has made sufficient fixings to secure it. While it's not uncommon for skilled fixers of board, such as full-time ceiling tackers and drywall operatives, to work in pairs, it's more generally the system employed by persons who do not handle board on a day-to-day basis, such as plasterers and carpenters working for the general builder. It's also invariably the manner in which board is fixed by self-build groups and DIY enthusiasts. We will now introduce the BoardMate board support tool. It features a handle, angled support plate, guide blade, and spacer plate, and holes through which fixing is made. The tool is placed on the previously fixed board and secured through the central hole, checking the fixing is secure. BoardMate supports the board while allowing it to be maneuvered into position. We now see the use of the BoardMate by a full-time drywall operative. Unlike the traditional timber support, the BoardMate's already in position, not only supporting the board, but also assisting in its rapid alignment. A minimum number of fixings are made in the section of the board which is unsupported by BoardMate. These fixings are not driven completely into position, thus allowing slight movement of the board should it be required. A check is now made to ensure that the board has been accurately placed, after which permanent fixing is carried out. The BoardMate can then be removed simply as shown. Operatives working in pairs can achieve increased productivity using a single BoardMate. As one end of the board will already be supported by the tool, one of the operatives can be quickly released from holding the board to either assist in the fixing or, as can be seen here, go to prepare and make ready the next board required. As we see now, a single BoardMate board support tool makes board fixing simple for two people who don't carry out this work on a regular basis. The tool helps position and support the board for persons within the trade, such as the carpenter and apprentice, the plasterer and labourer, or two trainee drywall operatives. Employed in this manner, it's also the ideal extra hand for self-build groups and DIY enthusiasts. BoardMate helps to position and secure board quickly and easily, reducing damage to board in handling. The BoardMate can also be used in pairs. With two BoardMates, even the most inexperienced operatives can handle and fix board effectively. After a limited period of time, trainees have progressed to using a single tool, as previously shown. Trainees working alone have also found this method an invaluable first step in their progress. A pair of BoardMate tools are extremely useful in overcoming the difficult problem of fixing to a sloping lining. One tool can be set at the butt end of the board and the other along the long bound edge. As you can see, the board is held securely in place very quickly with a minimum of fixing and effort. When two people are working as a team, the tools are more often used, as can be seen here, positioning both on the long bound edge. So far, we've been looking at the use of the board mate in what is basically the domestic housing situation, where board is fixed to a timber framework. The board mate is equally effective when used to install board onto a metal frame system. When working on a timber framework, the fixing recommended by the board manufacturer for that board is usually adequate to hold the tool in place. But when working on metal framework, it's necessary to fix the tool with a screw slightly longer than that required for the board fixing. To remove the tool when board is secured, reverse screwdriver, at the same time pulling gently on the handle. The easiest way of commencing a run of board from a wall edge is to start with a short piece which is easily handled. The tool is then fixed on the butt end as previously shown. But a full-length board can be fixed starting from the wall edge using a pair of tools, as seen here. The principle of the board mate board support tool is that it's not fixed directly to the framing member. It's positioned on the previously fixed board through which it is fixed to the framework. It's this fact that enables the tool to be used for varying thickness of board and for multi-layer work. With the previous board correctly positioned on the framing, the relationship of the holes to the guide blade ensures that fixing can be obtained through the hole if the guide blade is placed firmly against the edge of the existing board. Here we see a multi-layer wall lining in excess of a single board height. The boards being used are 3 meters long by the standard 1.2 meters width. This type of work is usually carried out by a team of 2 fixers, one making sure that the bottom end of the board being fixed remains positioned securely in place on the edge of the lower board. In this situation, the hands securing the bottom of the board have to be paid for daily. The board mate extra hand, which can take their place, is paid for only once. Quite often it's necessary for 2 operatives to be sent to a job for a minimal amount of work. Using board mate, one person can quite easily accomplish the task. A team working in pairs can also take advantage of the board mate tools used in this manner. The board is positioned and secured rapidly, allowing more time for actually fixing the board and preparing the next to be used. A common situation in commercial work is the installation of wall linings using extra long boards. As the operative completes the fixing of a board, the board mate board support tool is positioned at the top of that board. When the next board is offered into place, it's held securely, leaving both hands free to adjust it into its final position and then fix. Once again, if a pair of operatives are working together using the board mate, they have the advantage of that extra hand. The reduction in effort required and the reduced risk of dropped board using board mate contributes to health and safety